I bet with Interbet only. They're a fantastic site. I've never had any issues with them. They are very professional. There's never a problem. You deposit money, 2 seconds later it's in your account. You withdraw, which I do very occasionally, and I believe it's also 2 seconds it's in your account.
The ninth and last race, the Hollywoodbets Bright Future Maiden Plate over 1,600 metres goes off at 16.25. It's the final leg of the place accumulator, also the final leg of the Pick Six, and hopefully you'll be running in both of those exotics when it comes to race time for race 9. Now, man who will have a strong hand here is with number 2, Shoe Fella, is Peter Muscat. So we'll hear from Peter Muscat and show you the rerun of Shoe Fella when he finished second at Hollywoodbets Greyville on the 10th of April. Admittedly, that was on the poly track.
To the 300-metre marker, San Pedro. Shoe Fella's now asked for maximum. San Pedro's finding a little bit extra though, coming to the 200-metre marker. And at this stage, number 5, San Pedro has the winning formula, and it's ring up the register stuff here. San Pedro eased up by 2.5. Shoe Fella second, Zabadak, and in sight for a never dangerous fourth.
Yes, he's very fit heading in. He's galloped very well in between runs. As you say, he's ideally drawn. Stepping up to the mile will be ideal. Scottsville, I think, will suit him because he's more of a wind-up horse than a sit and sprint. So he's in my opinion as well, would have to be one of the leading lights in the race.
I think the first thing we need to note about this ninth and final race, this maiden over 1,600 metres, Warren, is that it's not a very deep race. The average merit rating is 66, so it's a shallow race. Shoe Fella is obviously one of the leading lights, and then the form of the last run appears to hold number 6, Zabadak, although they do move from Hollywoodbets Greyville poly track to the turf track at Hollywoodbets Scottsville, and that can bring a turnaround in the form. You can't ignore the chances of number 6, Zabadak. 5, Cash Cavell, good form coming into the race. Kamala rides for Yogus Govender, 3-year-old son of the United States. If you look at the best weighted column, and in these races, the handicappers often are the key to the outcome. They've got number 1, Bronze Sword, as the best handicap. Richard Faree riding for Stuart Pettigrew, second favourite, 28-10. But what the heck do we make of that last run?
Yeah, 17.25 links to Positive Attitude. Vet, late recovery, that's the excuse there, late recovery. I don't know if they're talking about the punters on that occasion, we're having a late recovery. But Bronze Sword, certainly, if you ignore that last start, he'll have a chance. And Stuart Pettigrew's put a few horses onto the float, sent them to KwaZulu-Natal for Vicky Verimatu. Richard Faree, Gate 1, will have a lovely smooth run in transit. Let's forgive him. I don't know what to make of the last run, but let's forgive him. And let's give him a chance here, Bronze Sword. But I think they're all going to be running for second, because I'm quite confident with the Shoe Fella for Mr. Murangasa. Neatly drawn. You've heard the comments from the stable. I think it's 2 from 1 if I were forced to give you an exacta selections.
Well, I think his strongest run coming into the race was down in the Western Cape on the 31st of December when he ran third to the quite talented Montine, and there have been 2 direct winners from that run. So that is the race that gives me the most encouragement about number 2, Shoe Fella, because his 2 best other runs were both on the poly track. So yes, we'll give the benefit of the doubt to number 2, Shoe Fella. We have healthy respect for the fact that number 1, Bronze Sword, is the best in on ratings, although marginally. Number 4, Space Cowboy, has been placed in both his starts at Hollywoodbets Scottsville over this kind of trip, so he warrants respect. Cash Cavell warrants respect. Zabadak, although held by Shoe Fella, is definitely one for the shortlist. And Mr. Lincoln does seem to be coming along the right way. But we're going to put our eggs into one basket for the ninth and final. We're going with the Muscat stable. We're going with number 2, Shoe Fella.
My name's Danny Diliberto, founder of Ladles of Love. It was founded back in 2014. Communities we work with are all over the peninsula, and we're working with 138 beneficiaries now. We've grown exponentially. We've been able to do that because of all the kindness that we have experienced from individuals and corporates such as Interbet, who just want to be part of the change.